Hey guys, it's Al again, and I'm going to try something a little different today. I'm going to try my hand at doing a review. Never done one of these on the channel before, at least not a specific review. I've done really quick reviews at the end of the game playthroughs I've done, so this will be something a little different for me today. Now, for anybody that doesn't know, I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. I love anime in general. Dragon Ball Z is the series that got me back into anime in my teens, and I still love it to this day. I'm watching Dragon Ball Super as it comes out. I'm only caught up with what they've shown on the Cartoon Network, so that is the knowledge base I'm coming from. Dragon Ball FighterZ is a 3-on-3 fighting game made by Bandai Namco. Now, a lot of people have likened it to Street Fighter. In my view, it's a lot more like the Marvel vs. Capcom series. The constant switching in and out, the over-the-top super moves, which we'll talk about in a minute. So if you like the Marvel vs. Capcom games and you like Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, you're probably going to like this game. I'm going to say that right off the front. It is enjoyable. Alright, let's take a minute and talk about the presentation. As you can see from your screen, the animations are smooth as they can be. It looks really polished, really good. The animations are good. The character sprites are great. There are a ton of little details in the background. Sometimes you'll notice you'll swat away a ki blast and it'll continue into the background, or even hit something in the background which will then stay damaged for the remainder of the fight. I love these small details about this game. There's also the voice acting to talk about. This game is voice acted by the same people who do the voices in the TV series. This is a great thing to see. Now it's been the standard since the PS2 days. Unlike with the Dragon Ball GT fighting game that came out for the PS1, where it was dubbed over by somebody completely different. This is all the voices you've come to expect. The dialogue is very true to these characters. So again, if you enjoy these characters, you're going to like this aspect of the game. So talking about the story for a minute without getting into spoiler territory, at least for the most part. The story, I'm going to be honest with you, it isn't great. It's pretty normal fare for Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. There's a new threat. It deals with clones. And there's a new android. And that's about all I want to say of it, because I don't want to spoil it. It's enough to make you sit through, or at least it was enough to make me sit through it once. Other than unlocking a few extra players, I don't see a real reason to continue playing it. I think what they're going for in the longevity of this game is they want multiplayer, and they want the online to work. I think that's what they're going for here. Again, the story is kind of meh. You sit through it once, you've pretty much gotten all you can get out of it. Then if you're playing through the mode anymore, you're skipping the cutscenes probably, unless you have a favorite here or there. That said, probably the most entertaining part of the story mode is going to be the what-if scenarios. What would happen, say, if against this character, Gotenks teamed up with the Ginyu Force? What would happen? What would the dialogue be like? That is probably the one thing that will keep you coming back past a first playthrough of the story mode. That's about the only reason I went back into the story mode, was for that, to power up characters and unlock more of these extra scenes. So how about the gameplay? That's always an important part of a fighting game. Well, the controls are pretty simple. You got your basic strong, medium, and weak attack. You hit them in different combinations to do combinations with the different characters. There's also a ki attack and different combinations you can hit to do the big super attack for that character. Now, I have run into some cases where the controls have felt a little stiff, but for the most part, they are very smooth and intuitive. So overall, I think the controls get a pass here. They're not as tight as something like Injustice is, but they're also not as clunky as something like Street Fighter 4 always felt to me. So the controls are very good. They're not perfect, but they're very, very good, which is about the best thing you can say for most fighters these days. And one last thing I want to talk about with the game is the super moves. Most of them are very cinematic. They are very big and flashy and exactly what you would expect from Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super. My personal favorites are Goku's Super Saiyan Blue, the full one, because the Super Saiyan Blues are a little weird. They have kind of a two-stage super move. You can do the short one or you can do the long one. I like Goku's long one, where he does the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, like he did in the Tournament of Power, and then he follows it up with something similar to a Dragon Punch. I really enjoy that one. Vegeta's is also really interesting. When he's Super Saiyan Blue, he does the Final Flash and follows that up by coming through the beam with a huge punch to the opponent. I really dig those two. They're real fun to watch and real fun to pull off. But overall, yes, the super moves are very big, they're very flashy, they're exactly what you would expect from a series like this, and again, they get my seal of approval. So what are my final thoughts on the game? It's a very fun play. You're not going to spend a whole lot of time beyond one run-through probably of the story mode. So if you're looking for a story-driven fighter game, this isn't the one for you. But if you want one that's fun and flashy and something that you can play with friends and it's real easy to pick up, then this might just be the fighter for you. If you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super, this may be the fighter for you. Would I consider paying for full price for it? No, probably not. I would wait till it hits that $20, $30 price point. There is going to be DLC coming out for it. I did not get to try out Bardock or Brawly. I would like to try them out, but I'm not willing to pay out the extra money for that, especially since the copy I'm playing on, I borrowed from somebody. So yeah, I would say this would be a good game to get at a discount. I wouldn't pay full price for it, but this is definitely a good discount buy if you enjoy fighter games, if you enjoy Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super, and if you just want big, flashy destruction. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I'd love to hear in the comments below, what did you think about Dragon Ball FighterZ? Have you played it? Do you want to play it? How did I do in my first review? I'm still figuring this whole review thing out. This is the first time I've tried one. So I would love some constructive criticism from you guys. What can I do better? What did I do well that I should keep doing, that I should improve on? I'm always looking for ways to make this channel more fun for people to come in and view. So, thanks for joining. I'm Al. I'll see you next time.